How's it going, everybody? Happy Sunday. Can you hear me all right? How's it going? I see Blade, Seamus, Alex. I saw Frank. Father Time's here. How's everybody doing? Happy Sunday. Thanks for being here. Woo-wee. Good times. Good times. What's going on out there in the world? Hear me perfectly. Audio's good. Fantastic. Storming. Ingramar. Storming where you are? Oh, bummer. We've had some storm, but it's pretty good now. How about that game yesterday? Yeah, that was pretty good, huh? Pretty awesome. Beat Michigan State at basketball. It's always a good day. The man, the myth, the legend. Frank? Yeah, he's here. Catching a live stream from work? Oh, good. Good. Don't let him catch you. Don't let him catch you. I had what's going on out there in the world? We were hit by a big storm. Weather alerts over. Oh, no. Stormy. Oh, man. Drag racing the bug yet? Father Time, did you see my Instagram post? Did you see it? You should be happy. Turn on notifications. Not now. That's not us. Let's look at this one. Start to spin. Check it out. Oh, shoot. I turned it off. Here's the update. Okay, starts to spin. This is a tachometer, so I got the tachometer on there. Trying to see how many RPMs the wheel will go to know how fast the thing's going to go. Like, can we get it on the freeway? Spoiler alert, it goes plenty fast. Ah, wee! Oh. 47, got to like 7,000 RPMs and I was like, So anyways, yeah, there's the bug. We're ready. So I actually am going to take my days that I wasn't going to China and going to work on the bug. What's the top speed? I don't know. But based on that right there, 80. Yeah, that right there was going to be 80 miles an hour. So we'll see. That was without any load on it. And, there's some things that'll have to change still, but, street cred, stealth bug. What are the rules for getting that license for the road? I don't know, Mark. That's a good question. I'm not going to advertise that it's, been extremely modified. I'm just going to say, hey, I've got a 1970 Volkswagen. I'd like to get a classic car license for it and see what happens. Hopefully it won't be too much more than that. They shouldn't need a smog check or anything. They shouldn't need a safety inspection anymore. Killer beetle. So yeah, I'm expecting that by the end of this month it'll be on the road. The murder bug. Just finished watching last week's stream. Finally catching one live. All right, I love it when somebody says they're finally catching one live because that means I get to do this. Thanks for being here, Robert. Am I correct about it doesn't matter? Does it have enough torque to get the car with all its weight up and moving though? Oh yeah. Well, it should. I mean, this is a pretty dang strong motor. So we'll see how it goes. I see you got the Blue Iris integration all up and running. Yes, Jamie. And this was your baby, right? You're the Jamie. We can talk about that. So raise your hand if you're running Blue Iris. We can talk a bit about Blue Iris today. About being exempt from emissions. Good. What motor? It's a forklift motor. I don't know how big it is. I don't know like kilowatts or horsepower, but it's massive. It's massive. First ever live. Oh, you just barely got into Home Assistant. Phil, your message got censored, but we'll give everybody some unicorns and confetti and stuff for being here for the first time. Thanks for being here, guys. Motion Eye over there. Motion Eye is a good one too. Well, let me tell you, Blue Iris. So Blue Iris, for those of you who've never heard of it, it's an NVR, so a network video recording solution, right? So you get a Windows PC on your network, Not raising my hand. Maybe I should give it a second chance. Let's talk about it, Frank. Let's talk about it because it's got some great features for me, but it's so hardware intense. Like it needs so much resources. It's kind of got me bothered right now. So let's talk about it. So Blue Iris is this, it's a really good software. It really is. And it's developed by one guy who just decided, hey, I'm going to make this NVR software. And it's really good. It's a one-time price. You pay $60 and that's it ever. And it's no cloud or anything. You just run it on a PC on your network, and then you connect your cameras to it. And it does a great job of detecting different IP cameras and importing the feeds and stuff. And then you can do things like motion detection and triggers and notifications and recording and all that kind of stuff, right? All the stuff that you would think you should be able to do. It only works on Windows, though. Yeah, an Intel CPU with integrated graphics, or the CPU can choke. Well, let's look at it, Mark, and see what, because that's what I thought I was running. But and it was doing fine until I got up to 8, now 9 cameras, and it's just can't do it. Thomas subscribed. Thanks for subscribing, Thomas. Let's do some of this for you. I need to make some more of these. Can you an MQTT Blue Iris video? Well, let me tell you, Driftwood, what we're gonna do. So our good friend here, Jamie, can you, let's see. Well, I guess we'll do it this way. So Jamie, squirrel, where squirrel? Jamie, who's here in the chat with us, built a Blue Iris integration, and it worked for Home Assistant, and it works really well. To get it, it's in the community store, and under integrations, you search for Blue Iris, and it'll come up. Right there. Mine's already installed. You don't have to do anything on this end, if I recall. All right, you didn't have to do anything. You just do it all through the integrations page. So you put this in. What we'll do is we'll do it. Let's do it again. Can't take credit for it. Just a happy user. Oh, Jamie, who made it then? Oh, this isn't you, Elad Bar. Elad Bar's not you. All right, Fat Kid Joey. That name looks familiar. How's it going, Fat Kid Joey? We're going to do, cover your ears, everybody. That's for like, it'll work or it'll explode. Okay. So anyways, you install this, and once you do, you go to your integrations page, and it brings in all of you put in your Blue Iris IP address on the network, and the user and password for an administrative user that you set up, an admin user that you set up. And then here it is. And it does some pretty awesome stuff. So it brings in, this is just the Blue Iris itself, the actual PC, but it brings in a camera feed that is all the cameras together. It brings in one that cycles through all the cameras, which is now what's running on my front page, my sort of main little card here. And over here it'll pop up. The reason it's lagging is because my CPU is running at 100%. So this will just cycle every so many seconds. It'll cycle to a different camera. There you go. And it just keeps doing that. Just goes around all your cameras and just keeps cycling. And he had that already built in. All I had to do is go in here and do a Lovelace card and pick that camera and done. What else we got in here? So all my cameras are in here. Then it gives you some information about the camera. So there's motion sensors for the cameras. None of mine are turned on, so they're not detecting motion in Blue Iris. So it doesn't show up anything here. But if you had it detecting motion in Blue Iris, then you would be able to see it here. And this is just a binary sensor that you can then use to trigger an automation. And that's part of the integration. Like you don't have to go in, you don't even have to go into Blue Iris and set up the MQTT stuff. You just use this integration and it creates the binary sensors for your motion detection. Like that. You don't do anything else. And now you use this as a trigger for your automation if you want. Res and FPU recording. Well, you know what? Sounds fantastic. Let's look at it. Let me talk about this for another minute, and then we'll pull mine up, and we can try and look at it together and see what the heck am I doing, and if there's any hope for me making it faster without getting a different computer to run it on. Can I go over presence detection? What with the new changes. Ooh, maybe Raspy. Let's talk about it. You're talking about with 105, Home Assistant 105. I do want to talk about Home Assistant 105. We could stream for hours today. We could definitely stream for hours today. Hasten Blue, how's it going? All right. Anyway, so it puts those in there. So that's awesome. It puts in the binary sensors for motion. That's awesome. It also gives you audio sensors. So if it detects audio, an audio alarm or alert because of noise, it gives you a binary sensor for that. Again, mine's not turned on in Blue Iris to detect sound, but if you turn it on in Blue Iris to detect sound, then this will be available as a trigger to do automations, based on an alarm kind of a situation. Then it gives you your connectivity. So it just tells you whether it's connected or down. And I think that's all. So for each one, you get connectivity, motion, and audio. Yeah. And then it brings in the cameras. So pretty dang slick. Pretty slick. Hey, Ricardo from Portugal. Welcome. Thanks for being here. I have Foscams, but the integration is quite basic. Yeah. All right. So now, what about WireGuard? We'll have to talk about WireGuard another time. I'm not back to WireGuard yet. I'm not prepared. Still not prepared. Jamie, hello. How's it going? So that's the integration, and it works really nice. As long as your back end is powerful enough. Here's one of my issues. When I click on this thing, this thing just takes forever to load. Is it National Pizza Day? Oh, that's great. I had pizza. I had pizza for lunch. When I had it with my cameras not from the custom integration, that pulled up differently, and it loaded, just like this. And that was nice. And then I could see it. But with the integration, when I click it, it wants to do this stream thing. So I don't know what kind of cameras he has. Oh, that one actually popped up. That's rare. They've been giving me grief. They just sit here and load like this for a while. How's it going, Milobi? Sandro, I haven't tried it, but you'll still have to run Windows. But yeah, you could probably do that. Yeah. With 105, I noticed all my video feeds slowed way down. I wondered what it is. Did I understand that HASP will no longer work as Home... What? The Home Assistant switch plates will no longer work as of Home Assistant 107? Uh-oh, Father Time. Post me something about that. We got to talk about that. So let's do this now. Let me pull up for you my Blue Iris. Oh, I just slid that. It's probably going to start playing music. I slid my magic cube. So this is my Blue Iris. It's running on a different computer, and this is how I access it. So right off the bat, I'm going to tell you that it's going to take a minute to actually get it started. All right, thanks for subscribing, Waleed. Do this. I'm just going to bounce around a bunch of things. Give me it, really. How much have you spent on DIY home stuff? Oh my gosh. Well, it's a little skewed because a lot of stuff I don't have to pay for, right? So I've been given a lot of stuff, but it's definitely it's still less than I would have spent if I would have bought a full-on system from somebody else, Honeywell or Connect 4 or Vivint or something like that. But yeah, I end up redoing a lot of things, right? Like I'll buy something and then I'll be like, oh, that's great, but I want something better. And so I'll upgrade and buy and change. And so, yeah, I'll spend more money. But it's in the hundreds. It's in the hundreds of dollars. Not much more than that. I haven't spent that much, I don't think. I guess this computer that's running Blue Iris was like $300. That's probably the most expensive thing that I have that I've spent on. Most of my stuff is pretty cheap. So see, look, I can't even get Blue Iris to start. It's like wheel spinning. So we'll get there eventually, but in the meantime, smash that like button, guys and gals. While we're waiting for this to load up, let's go back to Home Assistant and talk about version 105 for a minute, because there was a couple things. Let's go to the release notes, because there was a couple things to talk about. Several things, really. All good things, if you ask me, but some things that may throw some people for a loop if they're, depending on what their situation is. So this is what some of you guys are talking about in the chat right now, the States UI. So if you've been using Home Assistant for like less than a year, then it probably doesn't even matter to you. But the States UI used to be the main user interface. And when you added something to Home Assistant, it all showed up on the States page. It was this front page. It just had everything in it. And it was a real kind of a painful process for putting things on there. Like making things in the right groups and in the right order and how you wanted them to look and stuff like that. And so that got replaced basically by Lovelace. So now we use Lovelace. And Lovelace is much more user-friendly, right? You can do a lot more nice things with Lovelace than you could with the States UI. The States UI has still been there. And if you wanted to, if you go back to oh, look, Zach's out there cleaning my tools like I asked him to. Thank goodness. If you go to your States UI, if you go to here, is it developer tools? You can actually switch back. Go to the States UI. See that? If you do that, this is what's going to show. We'll see whatever even pops up here. Maybe nothing, because mine hasn't really been doing anything. Yeah, there you go. So how about that? You think my configuration.yaml looks bad? Look at this flipping thing. Look at all this. Good gravy, right? So that's the old States UI, and it's just a user interface that includes everything, which is really not useful, right? It's painful. So set the states as the default on this device. No, thank you. There. Okay, so that's what that's about. So it's going away. The States UI is going away or gone, I guess, technically. Couple other things here. What else? Oh, let's look at this. Oh, good. We're making progress here. We might be able to open Blue Iris today. So there's a safe mode. I haven't got to play with this, but I understand Frank was playing with it on his stream, so you can go back and watch the replay of that. But it seems to be something that is going to make it so that you can't screw up your Home Assistant. So if you set it to safe mode, you won't be able to get in and mess with things, is what I'm understanding. And it'll start up in the right way, right? We make typos with, so it'll start up. If you lose, so in the past, that's right. If you've messed up your configuration and then you try and restart Home Assistant, sometimes you can't. So instead of allowing that to happen, where we just get locked out of Home Assistant, if you've screwed up and you didn't check your config and you restarted and Home Assistant is mad at you, it will now start in safe mode instead of just locking you out. And that will give you the opportunity to go in and fix things. Is that right? Screw up Home Assistant. Hold my beer. Watch this. Let me do this. Holy cow, 397 people watching. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for being here. Wow. Better be on my A game. Safe mode saved you yesterday, Greg? Fantastic. All right. I like this a lot too. Next step here. The Supervisor Panel. So instead of being called HAS.io and Home Assistant, those names have changed, and this is Home Assistant. And if you're using what used to be HAS.io, if you're using the whole operating system, right, then even Configurator and VS Code add-ons works in safe mode. Fantastic. Frank says even the other stuff works in safe mode so that you can look at Zach's in the fridge now. Stinker. Yeah, so you can get in and fix things. So back to this. Oh yeah, Supervisor. So let's look at this. So now down here, instead of being called HAS.io, which what it was last version, it's now called Supervisor. Great. In the Supervisor now, we've got colored icons for our add-ons, which makes it look super slick, really nice. And then if there's a bar above it, this bar is above it, like this one, and the bar, I know because the way my UI is, it's not, you don't get a good distinction because everything's black, but this bar is indicating that Grafana is ready to be updated. So if I go in this to Grafana, I can update it. And this Visual Studio Code and LEDFX, those can be upgraded. All right. So that's pretty sweet. What else we got in here? I don't know what that is. Somebody's pinging me. Ping, 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 ping. Anyways, I don't know where that came from. 415. What do you mean by proper? Oh, me? I don't know what you mean by proper. I don't know what proper is. All right, what else we got here? Configuration panel changes. In this release, we started the overhaul of the configuration panel. Accumulated a lot of functionality in the configuration section in the new releases. Now it's time to bring it all together. In upcoming, we'll make changes to make things easier to connect different elements to each other. Okay, cool. So let's look at the configuration. Is that this one? Yeah, configuration. Oh, and then when you go to like integrations, you've got devices, you've got entities, you've got areas. So just some more good user interface stuff for bringing things together. I did notice that this looks different, and we've got some new things here. Things are just arranged a little differently, and that's nice. We'll get down into here. I haven't looked at this, but this looks cool. So header and footer for entity cards. That's great. Let's play with that for a second. I haven't done that. Let's add an entity card here just to see what the header and footer thing looks like. Configure UI plus, let's just do an entity button. Entities. Is it going to show up in here? Show header toggle. Maybe I should have read this. Two types that are added to the entities card, header and a footer. At this moment, you have two options for these, an image and buttons. It allows you to create some very cool looking cards. It also provides you the option to put buttons on the bottom of the card. Very useful for buttons that activate scenes, for example. That's cool. Header and footer for entities card. Where are they showing up? Maybe when we go in there, maybe when we actually put something in it. Entities, let's just pick one. Pick a light. Let's just pick, yeah, the 3D printer, sure. And then, where's the entities part though? Where's the, example of the header footer attributes. Good evening to the header and footer using the code editor. Okay. So you got to do that in here. Let's see. Does this take us to some place to look at that? We probably have to go to the entities card page. So Blue Iris is still cranking away back there in the background. We'll get it opened up here in just a few more hours. Oh man. Oh, Frank's pinging me. Configuration panel devices. Click the device that has some information. Any device now shows the relations to the integrations entities. The idea is in the future you can click navigate all ways from anywhere. That's fantastic, Frank. So if you go here, well, let's look at this first, and then we'll come back to that for a second. Entities title, show header toggles, theme state, options, entities name, icon, image, secondary format, header, footer. There you go. Footer. Cool. Let's look at footer. Footers. So you just need to do, where do you put footer? Type, buttons, entities. Huh. Okay. Who's got one that's an example already? They can just shoot us that we can look at. Somebody shoot us an example if you've used this, and we can just pop it in. Save me some heartache. Improved zones editor. This is cool. This new editor, you can move your zones and drag and drop and change the size of your zones by dragging the circles. That's awesome. And then let's look at that. So we'll have to come back to this. Somebody show me how to put this in there. because it's not here yet, right? Entity, yeah, it's not in here yet. Let's look at zones thing. Probably under here. Zones. Aha! What are all these things? Oh, work. Cool. And I can actually, can I stretch the zone if it's already a defined zone? Oh, I can edit right here. Work. Yeah. I wonder if it's, let's add a zone. Let's add a zone and we'll call the zone, let's call the zone, what don't I have over there? I don't have hearts. Let's add hearts. Let's see. And then I want to drag this to where it is. Yeah, that's right. Hearts is a little gas station where I take the girls to get candy. So it's going to be right here. Okay, excellent. So that's it right there. And then I can make this a smaller circle. So if I drive by, if I just drive by on the road, it's not going to say, hey, you're at Hearts. But if I'm actually in the parking lot, it will. How cool is that? Huh? Love it. So these other ones, now these other ones are existing already. These ones were ones that I made in the old zones way. And so they're not draggable and clickable. Right? I can't even edit them because these are in my zones.yaml file. So I can't do that. But that's okay. From now on, if you want to add zones, it's really, really easy to add zones, drag them, drop them, click them, shrink them, grow them. Love it. Love it. Users, that's different. Persons. I finally made a person. I haven't done anything with me yet, but I am a person in there. So that's going to be more useful someday. All right, here we go. Header footer, PR by Palace example. Oh, thank you. Copy pastable example. Thank you, Frank. Perfect. Okay. Let's just copy this. We're going to go here to my test UI, and we're going to add a new card. And it'll just be a manual card. And we're going to paste all these things in there. And then we're just going to have to switch these to different entities. So we could do because these have to be my entities. This is Palace's example. Okay. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, so he's got one image. Oh, so he's got an image at the top and an image at the bottom. Okay, cool. And then those things are in the middle. Let's go back to editing that again. Show in the editor. So the footer could also be probably like he had buttons at the bottom, right? So can I put an entity in the bottom too? I don't know if this works or not. Nope. Yeah. That's just a bad format on my part. What's it say for header and image? What about configuration variables? Type image, tap action, hold action. Okay. All right. So you could make it a tap action. Oh, okay. I see. Excellent. So I think this is pretty scary, actually, that there's balloons and fire and stuff. But, okay. Okay. Let's but what we can do is do the tap action. So let's grab the tap action. We'll just do tap action, and then it's not an example of tap action, but it's going to look like this. I'm sure of it. Oops, code editor. Right here. We'll go tap action. Probably call service would be my guess. Tap action. It's going to probably need to be... Not sure this show the YouTube chat. What do we got? Playing around with Home Assistant. Header and footer entity cards. Oh, cool. Here's a good spot for some more people to look at. And actually, now that I realize I didn't paste the thing that Frank gave me, which is this one. So here's some examples for you fellas to play with. Headers and footers. Headers and footers and tap actions. Oh my. What is a tap action though? I just don't remember the format off the top of my head. But see, he's got these buttons down here. I'd like to make that happen. Isn't it pretty quick sync that kind of works? Oh. Okay. Well, that's cool. Back to this. Tap action. I just want to say, what happens if I do... it's going to have to be a call service, right? Let's just do more info. Isn't that what usually comes up? I don't know if that's going to work or not. Probably there's no more info to get. But something like that, right? You tap this then, and you make it do something. Check the last point, which talks about the service account key. Oh, you guys are talking about something else. Okay. Well, anyways, that's cool. That was fun. Let's keep moving. Let's go zones editor. The icons colors don't change based on state, but it does give you instructions on how you can do that. You can still have your icons change color on state, and you can make that happen. There were some breaking changes. So this is part I wanted to talk about. Important part to me was the automation. In automations, hide entity is no longer a thing. So if you copied a lot of my old automations, a lot of times I would say hide entity false or hide entity true for automations. And that was because if you didn't say hide entity true, then then that automation would show up. Then that automation would show up on that states page. States page is going away, so there's no reason to hide the automations anymore because they don't automatically show up anywhere. So if you have hide entity in your automations, like this right here, it says remove this. Do what it says. Remove that. Change type to button, not picture. Oh, okay. But anyways, I had to go through and do this. If you don't do this, you'll get a message. You'll just get a notification that says there's a problem with automations, and that's why. Groups, same kind of thing. We used to use groups as part of the UI, and that part's going away. So if you go to your groups.yaml file, views and controls, you don't need anymore. All right. None of these other ones were new for me. So it looks really good. I'm happy, and we're making good progress here. Man, there's been a lot of stuff. All those are comments. Okay, great. Let's try this. So somebody said make it a button instead. If it has helped you out and you enjoy the stream, hit the likes. Oh, okay, thanks. Thank you, sir. Good enough. Anyone in the UK know shipper for Wise Sense stuff? Good question. Look up some good performance benchmarks. Okay, so now let's go back here. Those were the things that really mattered to me for the new thing. We changed the names here. We've got this new safe mode. Fantastic. If you've used the automations, hide entity stuff, you got to go in and change that. So those were things that mattered to me. So I'm glad we took a minute to talk about those. Let's get back to this. Back to Blue Iris. First of all, I don't want to update. Not right now. Look at can you guys read that? It says my CPU is at 100%. So there are some settings we can look at here. Let's look at settings and info for the whole thing. Zach's not done with my garage. Maybe he is. Even this kind of thing, like even just going to settings and info, it takes forever. Yeah, status. It's bad. It is bad. We need to know what I'm running Blue Iris on. Okay, let's look at what I'm running Blue Iris on. I'll show you. We can get all the specs from AliExpress. It's an i7. It's a little single board i7. Should be reasonable. It doesn't have a graphics card in it, which is probably a problem. But I already did sign in. You want me to sign in again? There you go. That's a little better. We're going to go to orders. When I turn the switch yellow, the icon is now activated. Oh. And then we're going to search for, yeah. Because I did this before. We were asking about it. This one. Okay. So this is what I got. And the one I have is this one. i7 7500U. And I think it's this one as far as RAM and such. So does that tell you some more what you need? Best with integrated graphics unless it's a really old i7. Graphics card won't make any difference if it's just doing processing through QuickSync. So we go back to this. I went through this article. Let me show you the article that I looked at. Because some of you, if you've not already gone through all these things, there's this whole article here on optimizing Blue Iris and how to make it work well, right? And so I went through and did all these things, and it was doing fine until I added the last few cameras, the last three. It was working fine until these last three cameras. So I think, well, either something in one of the cameras is wrong, like I didn't set up something right in one of these cameras, or I don't know, the hardware just isn't able to do it. Sorry. Copy and paste messages sometimes before the... Oh, there you go, Jeff. Hey, all right. What? Okay, just looking. Just looking. Okay, there you go. Frank's got another example for us, too. Which automations? Oh! Okay, we got to do that. Okay, so if you go to, this is what Frank's telling me, if you go to devices view in this new configuration panel and say you pick a device like okay, it will show you, I want to find one that I know uses some things. Bling, 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 bling. Dr. Abdullah, welcome, welcome. We're going to play this one because I love it. I want to just find my iPhone 7. There we go. So what it does here, so say you pick an entity, dang it. There. And what it shows you is not only does it show you all the entities that are associated with that device, but it shows you all the times that you used that device in an automation. And if you used it in scenes or scripts, it would show up there as well. That's cool. So for me, the first thing I think of when I see this is sometimes I have like half-baked automations out there in the universe that are just, things I started that weren't quite working or something, and I'll have lights turn on or off or something happens, and I don't know why, and I can't remember where it is or why. In this because of this, I could go in and say, oh, my office lights keep coming on. Why is that? Well, these are all the automations that had to do with that entity or with that device, I guess. So that's really helpful. That could be really helpful for troubleshooting. And then you can also create new ones with that device. So I like the way you're thinking. It's going to take a little reprogramming of the old cerebro here to think that way. But I like what you guys are doing, Frank. You guys got it. You got a good plan. You got a good plan. All right. So back to Blue Iris for a second. Let's do this. We're going to go in here and we are going to look at the main menu. Gosh, can I just pause some of the cameras or something first so that we can actually work with it? There we go. Okay. So let's look at this here. And so they should all be, here's a couple of things it tells you to do. Record. Okay, direct to disk feature allows Blue Iris to record video directly to the hard disk without re-encoding it. For each individual camera, right-click the camera, choose camera properties. Okay, we'll come back to that. We'll go back to that part because that's for each individual camera. Right now I've got the settings open for the whole thing. So I want to make sure my settings for the whole thing are right. So here's what some of you guys were talking about with this quick sync video. Okay, it says if the CPU supports Intel quick sync video, then you can use hardware acceleration in Blue Iris to reduce CPU and energy usage significantly with any camera streaming H.264, which are all of mine, as far as I know. Open Blue Iris settings, then on the cameras tab, hardware accelerator decode Intel R, option for best results. The Intel R plus video post-proc option usually performs worse and cause video delay if overused. Okay. Okay, and you can also override that in each individual camera. So we're going to go here. We're going to go to cameras. Right there. Cameras. And see, I've got it right there. Hardware, accelerated, decode, restart. That's it. This was another thing it told you to do. It said limit live preview rate to 1 frame per second. I did that. Limit manual recording time. And didn't do anything about that. Change the border. That's fine. No border on the camera's full screen. Use the mouse, digital zoom. Nothing else really to change there. Anything else? What else do you guys think are things I need to say? Top right corner is a pause. Pause is live stream of all the cameras. Oh, that might help us quite a bit. Let's go out of there. Let's go here and hit pause. See if that CPU usage slows down. Sorry for all the spamming, Jeff. I do not mind. I do not mind. Sorry, I didn't have my chat up on top, so I wasn't actually seeing what you were saying. So I'm still at 100% CPU usage. What the hey, eh? What the hey? Let's go back to this. Let's see what other things were on the sort of full global scale. Run as a service, which I'm doing. Limit live preview frame rate. Okay, well, I showed that one. I just did that. I've got mine set to 1. So that should be fine. Video scaling. Oh yeah, fast, bilinear, and bicubic. Fast uses the least amount of CPU, is strongly recommended. Okay. And that is in on the other tab, which I know I've already done that, but we can do that. Just check it. Yeah, why, if all my live feeds are paused, why is my CPU usage still 100%? Anybody got any ideas about that? Oh, hey, Rob, I can see you now. You are re-encoding all your streams. You need to get direct to disk on. Direct to disk is on for each one, maybe not the new ones. That's not in the main settings, right? If I go to camera settings, just clicking on the new cameras here. It's likely slow disk I/O. No per camera. No, each camera setting is super important, like the most important setting. Yeah, and I did it for all the other ones. And I thought when I set these up that I did it in those as well. But we'll find out here in a second if I did or not. There's no way to see that from outside, right? Why, would be nice if that was the default, don't you think? Because if the default is to re-encode them, but everybody sets it to direct to disk, then shouldn't the default just be direct to disk? I gotta stay hydrated. All right, video. Is this where it is? What page is it on? Let's look back here again. Open the task manager. Yeah, maybe I will in a second. If I want to see if the GPU is being used at all. Let's go to that page for a second. I want to look at where this is. Camera properties on the record tab. Okay, it's on the record tab. Okay, record tab. Here. Dope. This one wasn't. That's probably going to make all the difference. Okay. So that was that camera up there. Let's go to this one. We're already down to 99. Go to this camera. This is the patio. See, I don't have the patio camera out on the patio yet. You'd be nervous but willing to go voice. We'll keep you. We'll keep going like this, Jeff. I think we're doing okay. I do appreciate it. Costco has their smart bulbs on sale. It looks like they can run Tasmota 2 packs for $15. Oh, which reminds me, since we're waiting for this little spinning wheel of awesomeness, have you guys? Ooh, I found a nut. Huh? That was pretty squirrely. There is an awesome Sonoff integration that does not require flashing. It doesn't require flashing and it doesn't use the cloud. I'm serious. I've already written the script for the video, but we can show it off tonight. It doesn't use the cloud. I tested it thoroughly. You guys see anything else in there? Frustrating trying to help, but I might. I'm getting so frustrated trying to help. I think I might bow out for the Blue Iris stuff. Oh, if you want to get on, Jeff? Oh, this one. See, this one's already direct to disk, right? So that one's fine. Nothing on that one. No other stuff here. I don't know what any of these other things mean. There's so many options. Pull him in. All right. Jeff, come on. You ready? It's the big day, Jeff. You ready, Jeff? Did you bow out already? I'm going to just call you on Discord. I'm calling Jeff on Discord. Okay, so I didn't change anything on that one. This would be the next one. Still at 100%. It is a little more responsive now. Jeff's not answering. He got mad. Nope. He's not coming. We'll see. Jeff. Perfect way to watch your stream. Oh, what is it? What is it? What's the perfect way to watch the stream? I want to know. Play my stream's music playlist in the background on the same volume level. That feels right at home for me now. Good. You know, that's a good point, Frank. I appreciate that because I kind of purposely don't play music. I know a lot of people do. See, this one's direct to disc also, so that's not it. But I don't play music because I figure you can play whatever music you want on your end, and you can play it at the volume you want and all that stuff. So, oh, he's getting his headphones. Are you ready, Jeff? Hold on. Okay, good. Jeff's coming. Too many Jeffs. Too many Jeffs. Jeff Noreen, and Jeff Noreen's going to get the stickers for today. I know there's a dozen of you guys that could help me. I know Rob and a bunch of you other guys, Blade, and you guys do these things, and you could do it. All right, let's try it. Okay, good. A lot of you guys I know could do this and could help. It's just energy. Please, no music. No, I won't do music because I would get distracted by the music. We don't need any more of that, do we? We got enough of that. All right, here it comes, Jeff. There he is. Jeff?
Can you?
Yeah, we hear some background noise.
Can you hear me?
Yep, just barely. Hello. You're on. You did it.
Can you hear me?
Uh-huh. I hear you. They hear you.
All right, hold on.
Okay.
Sorry, all right.
How's it going?
Use this delay. All right, hey everybody.
All right. Thanks for being willing to help, Jeff. Don't be nervous.
Just sitting here watching you try to do this Blue Irish stuff, and it's like I'm finding myself wanting to scream at the monitor.
I can't blame you. All right. So what do you want me to check first? Let's troubleshoot this and try and see how we can get this to work.
First things first.
What do you think?
Okay, let's check in Windows your power profile. We want to make sure that you're not in a power saving or low power consumption profile that would be limiting your processor.
Okay. So let me put this down.
Oh man.
I can share my screen with you so that you don't have to worry about a delay, okay? Here. Okay, so now you can see my screen, so you don't have to worry about the delay from the stream. Okay, so Windows power profile, huh? Where do I find that? That's kind of silly question, but
okay, there we go.
Everything is so dang slow.
Right. You can get there through Control Panel, Power Options.
Control Panel is in the settings. We hear the monkeys. We hear the kids. You got a baby? It's okay. You got a baby back there?
Oh man. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, it's my little baby boy in the background.
That's fine, no problem. Okay. Look at this. I can't even hit settings, man. Oh my word, this is killing me.
You can if you need to just go to the search and type Control Panel and it'll pop it up.
I don't even do that. It's so lagging. There are a lot of screaming kids in the background of everybody that's watching right now, so probably wouldn't even know that it was yours. Yeah, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to turn off Blue Iris to do this.
Yeah, I can close that door. Sorry, it's
no
probably a lot louder than I realized it was gonna be. Just give me 1 sec. I'll close that door.
Okay. Jeez, this is so bad.
Shit, all you can hear on the audio is them creeping in the background. That's funny.
Control Shift Escape gets you straight to the control panel. Control Shift Escape.
Oh, and I'm guessing everybody heard that too.
Yeah, we did. Okay, Blue Iris is the light side. I'm going to get you to come back to the dark side.
On the very left-hand side, where it shows like your user icon.
Okay. this is doing. Besides being a real pain.
So
Mucho
I forgot to look at
painful.
your screen over here. You should see, actually, you know what, the easiest way to get there, just hit
Windows key X to give you the admin
just hit
control
Windows
menu.
I.
Windows I.
Windows I.
Okay.
And then you're going to go to System.
Is that this?
No, that didn't open up your settings.
Didn't open Windows
That
I.
just opened up your start menu. So you got to hold Windows and press I.
Okay. Just right click the Windows off. You always get into this. This is the segment of the show where DrZzs puts somebody on the spot every time.
What's going on?
Power options. Yeah, it's not responding. Now I'm about to open power options. I just went to the window icon in the corner and just right clicked.
Down by your start button, just to the right.
I'm getting the power options here coming up. Task manager's coming up. Blue Iris is already down.
Your search bar. Okay, all right, good.
It wouldn't be a DrZzs stream if something didn't go wrong. Amen.
Man, that's a bad delay.
It is bad. Like, this thing is just taking forever. I may have to install 1909 if you don't have it. What is that? I don't know what that is. Ground control to Major Tom. Oh, great. There goes my copyright strike for the day. Okay. But things are still popping up here. His computer is jacked. It is so dead. It's got Blue Iris running as a service in the background. Can I? Okay, here we go. Okay, got this part.
You
System
can temporarily
interrupts.
have it run as an application, like a standalone application, and that makes it easier to turn on and off while you're fidgeting with stuff.
Am I running on a Commodore 64? I may have to install Linux. Okay, so why is my system interrupts taking up 75% of my...
Run as a service option.
Where's that?
That is interesting.
What's that about?
Oh, I was talking about back in Blue Iris when you mentioned you have it running as a service, which is normally the best way to go. But while you're changing settings and stuff, sometimes it's better to disable that.
Look at this.
So you can
what is this?
restart Blue Iris easily without having to restart the service.
This seems to be my system interrupts 74% of the CPU. What is that? Because your CPU is trying to respond to Control-Alt-Delete. Is an interrupt? I just think there's probably a driver problem.
Well,
that is the only thing running on this whole thing.
Yeah. Your interrupts is how your different hardware and devices and stuff let the CPU know that they've got input or data that they need to send it.
Okay. Now Blue Iris is back to the top. So GPU 0. So it is trying to use GPU.
I don't know why it's at 99 though. That could be an issue with Windows itself. When's the last time you rebooted this machine?
Last night. I rebooted it last night. Possibly a driver. Sounds like more of a disk I/O issue. Okay.
Last night.
So yeah, last night.
Yeah.
You can hear me, right? You can hear me on the delay, or you have
performance. What does it show your disk usage is at?
Disk usage 0. Can you not hear me through through
I can
Discord?
hear you fine, but it's like the stuff that I say 30 seconds before, then I hear in my headphones. You know what I mean? So it sounds like I'm.
Okay.
No, I don't think I can actually.
So go to your Discord
Maybe that's
settings.
an issue.
Go to your Discord settings and change something, because you should be able to hear me live
I
without
don't think
waiting
I
for
can
the
hear
delay.
you. Oh, you know what? I think my output device is incorrect. Yeah. Okay.
It should not be using any GPU. So that's
Okay.
a problem.
Let's try this. Can you hear me?
I do hear you.
Okay, perfect. Oh, wow. No delay. That's amazing.
There you go. There you go. Okay. So now, here we got Blue Iris up at the top again. That whole interrupts thing is gone. It went away. So we got Blue Iris up here at the top, but it does say that it's using GPU, which it shouldn't be.
Well,
right?
That's not necessarily true. Especially if you have like quick sync enabled, I mean, it's pretty much directly related, because the quick sync is pretty much the video driver built, or the video device built into the Intel chip itself. So it'll probably show up there as usage. But did you ever make it into power settings for Windows?
I
don't think you did.
I don't think I did.
Try that.
Power options?
Yeah, power options.
It's actually kind of responding now, so this is nice. Actually getting at least a little bit of a response from this machine.
Nice.
Better try Windows 8.1.
Yeah, if you want to go backwards.
It's not really showing me anything. The power usage window is not coming up.
All right, so down in your system tray, in the bottom right next to your clock, click that little up arrow to expand it out on your taskbar.
I did. It's not coming out.
All the way to the right there. Just to the left a little bit.
Can we kill Blue Iris's service back here? Let's do that.
Yeah, you can. It has a watchdog that'll keep restarting it, though, is the problem.
Oh.
Okay,
there we go.
We got
this.
Into Blue Iris and then uncheck it as start as a service, if you can. Or is it going to take an hour for it to load?
Might. So I did that up arrow. There's nothing there. It's like Windows Security, Realtek. No battery thing.
Okay, all right. I was just checking, because that's often an easy way to get there. But if you can't get into settings, it's kind of lost on that one.
Let's try. Here's settings. I hope this is exciting. It's certainly not exciting enough, probably, for most.
Yeah.
Boom! Settings went away. Oh my word.
Yeah, it probably. Well, actually, if we kill Blue Iris, then it's going to take an hour to load back up, though.
Yeah, it'll take a long time for it to load back up.
Right. Since you're clicking on performance, let's see what your disk I/O looks like on there, on that tab, if we can. Oh, it went back. That's fine. That's fine. Oh,
right there.
Yeah. Yeah, see, your disk isn't maxed, so your bottleneck seems like it's definitely CPU, because oftentimes with all the sustained reads and writes that Blue Iris has to do for the recording of live video, it'll max out your disk, your disk throughput. Basically, it'll not be able to possibly get any more data through there. But it looks okay. I mean, you're not actually writing really anything that it looks like. What's that percentage there? Is that 0? Or 2?
Yeah, it's at 0.
Okay, that's super low, so that's not your issue. Shouldn't be. Which is why I'm kind of. I mean, the U version of the Intel processors is a low power version anyway, and I'm pretty sure this one's only a dual core. And so we know that's where your bottleneck is going to be for the most part. But I mean, we should be able to get it off of 100%. We should probably be able to get it down to 50 or 60% usage on average. I would guess anyway.
So even like right now it's at 70, and that would be like tolerable, That would be functional.
Right. And
If we look back at this,
how many cameras did you say you have again? Like 9?
9.
And what's your highest resolution camera?
None of them are higher than 1080p.
Okay, perfect. We should be able to get it lower than that then. I want to make sure though that you're in the high performance profile, because that can make a huge difference on the throttling of the system. It'll kick it down big time to save power if it's in like power saving or even the balanced is the other one that is a balance between performance and power usage, but that can really limit your processor's ability to do this stuff.
How come if I right click on this Windows thing and I go to power options,
nothing pops up?
I'm not getting something popping up
here. Yeah, that's
that ain't right.
Yeah, that ain't right. Exactly.
That ain't right. Boot into safe mode, run a virus and malware scan.
That may be something you want to do just because of the way that Windows is acting. It could be indicative of something on there that you don't want. Got some gremlins in there tinkering with stuff.
Yeah. Windows is dead, reboot.
Yeah, I would probably do that.
Okay.
But
we got enough votes for reboot. We're rebooting. It'll only take a half an hour to get things back up. Where are you the one that installed? Oh. No, I was not the one that installed Windows.
Oh, this is the copy of Windows that came with it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that could be bad, right?
Yeah, that's definitely bad. It's often got bloatware and other crap in it.
I can't even.
Who knows what it was?
Hold the button down. I just got to hard reboot this stupid thing because I can't even get the reboot button to come back up.
It's not something I normally recommend, but I've definitely been there and I've definitely done it my share of times. So I would not fault you for doing that.
I just did it.
Okay.
No place else.
The only thing that doing that can do sometimes is corrupt your copy of Windows, which you might, lose your install, which could be an issue, but that's the worst case scenario.
I guess I could back up my Blue Iris stuff and then just reinstall it, right?
I honestly would.
So see, look at that. Look how fast it fires back up. So here we're back up. That's the computer.
Windows 10 has a fast boot option, which it doesn't necessarily truly. Oh, actually, no, you just killed it. You just killed it with the hardware button. So that should have brought it all the way down. Or that would have brought it all the way down. All right, let's try to get into settings first thing.
It's already going slow.
Well, if Blue Iris is starting as a service, then it's already running. So you can go into services.msc. You can type that.
I can't even type on this.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think what we're going to have to do is, Jeff, you willing to hang out with me offline at some point and get this fixed?
Absolutely.
Because I think I can't do anything with this right now.
All right.
What a piece of junk. Piece of junk. And it's not, the Blue Iris is not the piece of junk. Camera's not the piece of junk. It's this computer. So tell me about what you think on this. Should this hardware that I have, do I need a different computer? Do I need a different processor? What's the deal? Do you think?
Honestly, it's not the best choice for running a Blue Iris system, but it probably will get you by. It's not going to be super low as far as usage, CPU usage goes, and it probably won't be the most responsive thing in the world. So if you can and have the means to upgrade, and if you plan on using Blue Iris as your main camera system, I probably would. I might even have like a i7 3770K processor I could give you if you were interested, that kind of thing. But for now, we could probably get it running much, much better and at least be usable. But you could have a problem with your Windows installation, which it's kind of looking like, it's pretty likely. But once you get that fixed, it should run okay. It just not the greatest. It's kind of up to you on that.
Well,
I probably would upgrade, but that's my opinion.
Okay. I think we're gonna call this one dead. We're gonna pronounce this one dead for now. Anywho. Well, hey, let's talk later, Jeff. Okay, I do appreciate your help, and I appreciate you being brave enough to come on here and tackle something like that with me. So,
yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Much obliged. We'll chat another time. We'll get this thing sorted out.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, man. See ya. Well. Thank you, Jeff. Though that was pretty nice of him to call in and be willing to do that. Okay, back to this now. Now that we're here, and we've determined that I bought the wrong computer for Blue Iris, it was working fine until I had that extra couple of cameras on there. So, oh well, we're gonna put it off to sleep. I want to hear what a bug in Windows a while ago with the search bar. I'm pretty sure you need to clean, install, or update. I'll try an update. Show me how to flash TUYA outlet with Tasmota over the air. Audi Boy Robotics, you know who can show you that better than me is DigiBlur, because he's done it a lot. So what's the stream about? 105? Yeah, hey, Carlo, how's it going? So we went through a bunch of the stuff with 105 and talked about some of the things that are new, and it's pretty cool. We got to talking about a Blue Iris integration, where if you run Blue Iris, you can very easily bring in all your camera feeds and motion sensor information as a binary sensor, and audio information as a binary sensor, and connection, so connectivity, how well your cameras are connected if they're Wi-Fi and such. And you do that real easy. You do that basically by just giving Home Assistant the Blue Iris admin user and password and the IP address, and it brings it all in, and it's awesome. And that's kind of what you see here flipping by is my Blue Iris all cameras cycle, which he set up in there as well. I want to show you how to install hacks nowadays, please. Okay, you know what, Nigel? You've been around a long time, and so let's help Nigel. What we're going to do is go to my Proxmox, and we're going to go to my development. I think I put the wrong password in. Pretty sure. Yeah, I skipped an S. Okay, we're going to start up this has dev here. We're going to start up this one. Okay, and then we're going to install hacks. We're going to install hacks on this one from scratch, because the video I did a long time ago about hacks was different than what it is now. I believe, can't remember for sure what the IP address is of this one. Maybe it's 54. No, maybe it's 63. Can't remember. Yeah, it should be 54. Okay, let's go back in here and see. Where in here does it give me my IP address? Should somewhere, right? Come on, you turkey. Is it not done starting? Get it from the console. I've got it on here probably. I'm surprised that that's not it. I thought that was the one. Oh, there it is. It just needed a second. It just needed a second. Okay, so here we go. Let's make sure we've got this. We don't have this up to date, so let's update it. It'll take a minute, but in the meantime, we'll go back and do that. We'll show you the install of hacks. Whiskers is here. If you enable QEMU guest agent under options tab, then reboot the container, you'll be able to see the IP address. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thanks, Whiskers. How's it going, man? Watching in front of the beach. Felipe, you turkey. How come you're at the beach? I'll update the operating system too. Show your mini media card. Can't get yours to work. Okay. While that's installing, we'll go back to my mini media player card. This one right here. What media player are you trying to use? Gary, what media player are you trying to use? Squirrel! Huh? This is all I have. Yeah, we did. We played with the zone editor, Fernando. It's cool. The floating head guy is live. Here, Terra Magnus, how's it going? So when you have Gary, show what do you have for your entity ID? Well, here's an issue. They've stopped. Is this what's not working for you? The text to speech part? Because even though mine has this part here, it doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work. And in fact, the last I was looking at their the GitHub for the Alexa Media Player, and it said they are not supporting the user interface text to speech. Still going. Haven't been the floating head for a while. I'm kind of like the almost floating head with some stuff here. Keep getting big red box. If you're getting the big red box, it makes me think that this part's not right. Your mini media player's not right. How did you install? It's working for you, the text to speech, Fernando? Don't update, because I don't think it will. Maybe we should try it. I just saw that it said we're not supporting it. I haven't honestly tried it in a while. Hello. Hello. I wish I knew my name in. Are those Chinese characters? What is that? It's cool, whatever it is. Pinky Wafer's here too. I only know because somebody's trying to talk to her. Let's try this and see if it works for me. I don't think it will. It worked. Is that my name? I'm copying that. The turning icons. You bet, Carlos. Sure. So this is button card. So it's a custom button card. And to get them to turn, when you set it up, it looks like this. Let's see, right here. Show state true, spin false. That's the normal spin. State, and then spin true if the value is on. So basically you're saying if the entity is on, then it will spin. That's it. It's just a button card option. And then I also have it so that when you tap it, it calls a service and turns it on or off, whichever it is. Ooh, Jenny just did a new video. What was the new video about, Jenny? I haven't seen it. Let's see, what else? Gary, what else about the keep getting a big red box? I think what you're doing, I think my guess would be it's got to be in your, how you have it loaded. Do you have it loaded through the community store? The Home Assistant community store? Let's see, we got to get rid of some of these things. Too many. Too many. Too many. Too many. Too many. Okay. Now we're going to update this one. And we'll update the operating system, and then we'll go back and do hacks. Probably means floating head guy. Don't copy that. It says, I often watch your broadcasts. Oh, okay. I should get it tattooed. I heard somebody say something like that. Like it was really, you see people getting, in the US, that speak English, whatever, getting tattoos of like words written in Chinese or Korean or different, more graphic languages. And I saw somebody, I don't remember who it was, somebody from China or something was saying, what would it be like if I had a tattoo that just said water in English? Wouldn't that be silly? Because that's what it looks like for us when we look at your tattoos, something like that. Has anybody experienced integrating Wi-Fi PIR sensors with Home Assistant? Maybe. I've got some that are installed on a variety of things, actually. Okay, good. There we go. So we're up now. This one is the latest and greatest, and you can see that this add-on now has a color to it. All right. So I don't know what the latest instructions are for the Home Assistant Community Store, so we're going to read them. Yeah, that's funny. Home Assistant Community Store. We're just going to walk through this. Oh, come on. Really? Now I don't have internet? I wonder if the Home Assistant Community Store. Seriously? What? What is happening? Proc firewall, running Windows network diagnostics. Okay, great. So it says I'm basically not connected to the internet now. Somehow. It doesn't think I'm connected to the internet. Sweet. Which is a little bit difficult to be streaming if I'm not connected to the internet. Okay. Okay, now we're back. Good grief. Okay. Here we go. Ludius, the man. Hacks an integration that gives you computer highlight of what it can do. Why? Useful links. Okay. Oh, hey, look, there's a video. How about install? Well, is it not? I guess is it not just part of? If you look here. Come on. No, got nothing. Okay. How about the add-on store? Nope. This is just, so let's see, it must be in a different repository, huh? Internet not responding, usually DNS server. Do you know what DNS server you're using? Oh, it's all good. It's all better now. Installation. All right, so I guess this is what we have to do. Download the Hacks latest release. Okay. Clicking on the Hacks zip. Got it. We're going to put it in the secret plans folder. Everybody should have a secret plans folder. Do you? Do you all have a secret plans folder? You should. All right. Extract. After unzipping. Okay. Okay, got all this stuff. Now, says you see translations directory in the screenshot above. You really, really need that one. Yes, I got it. Move along the hacks folder to Home Assistant. The folder name hacks needs to be copied to your Home Assistant installation. You use your favorite tool to move it. Okay. I'm just going to copy all this. I'm going to cut it actually. And I used to have a dev config. Let's see if it works. Might not. The first thing we might have to do would be to install Samba. It doesn't look like that's going to work. Actionable notifications released for Android. Can you please check it out? And how to make it work? Probably. Maybe. Nice, Malobi. Nice. This is a big issue with making videos. You run out of time to do all your own stuff and you start getting rusty on the actual software. Amen. Amen. I do it like once and get it figured out. Yeah, 64, that's why. Yeah, because it's going to the wrong place. Okay. So let's go down here. Here's my add-on configuration. Oh wait, where's the config box? Here we go. Username. We're going to call the username hasio dev. No password. Maybe that's it. Not a valid. Work groups, password none. What? Hate reading directions. Set a username and password. Okay, he's probably making me have a password. Password is... Okay, there we go. Let me save now. We can start it. Does everybody remember what it is? Hasio dev and dev hasio with no dash. Okay. Now, should be able to find something in the networks here. Windows loves me. You notice how much Windows loves me? Like it's always working so smoothly for me when I do simple things. The IDE add-on. That would give me... Yeah, you're right. Let's just do that. IDE. Because we're going to need a text configurer anyways, probably. I want to go to networks here. This PC. Network. SIO. There it is. There we go. Config. Yes, yes, yes. Oh no, that's my real one. It's not showing up here. It should show up. Let me refresh this. SSL false. And that should do. Nope. Why is it not showing up here? I guess I could probably put in the IP address. Just type in, yeah. What was it? 53? go? Why don't you go? Was it 5-4? Sorry. That was 5-3. There we go. And we decided it was... The password was going to be... I think that was the password. Who was asking about this? Was it Nigel? Are you feeling better about yourself? That's what I'm here for, man. That's what I do. Because I forgot the password already. DevHasIO. Remember my credentials. What? DevHasSio. It's because that username is wrong. The username has a dash in it, and it's not hasdev. It's not the username I got right here. Right? More choices. Oh, okay. Different account. Okay. Thank you. HasIO dev and then DevHasIO. Probably because I had it done differently before. Okay. Yay! We did it. Oh, man. Okay. Now we're back to this. Installation, Samba share, install. Oh, wait. No, that's not the one we want. This one we want. Okay. Move that whole folder into here. Use your favorite tool. First, custom components. You need to create the new folder. So first we need a custom components folder, right? Yep. Okay, so new folder. Custom components. Okay. And now paste. Yeah? Step 1, done. That's all it took. Am I off the screen? Sorry. Oh yeah, that part is off the screen. Okay. All right. Create the custom components folder. Did it. Now restart Home Assistant. Okay. Okay. Done. Done. I only did a video on hacks a couple of weeks ago. Is that right? You did? Just post the link, Jenny. Let's just do that. All right. Home Assistant ESP Home. Which, by the way, if you guys are not subscribed to Jenny's channel, here you go. All right. Home Assistant DIY Smart Switch Control Anything. More important dates. Duck DNS. Oh, here we go. Oh, anniversaries. Yeah, we looked at your anniversaries thing. We were playing around with that last week. So this is how you're doing this. You're doing everything I just did. Yeah. Okay, Nigel, there you go. Just do what Jenny did. Just watch that. Yes, we did. This is interrupting me watching the fashions on the red carpet. Oh, I'm so sorry, Basic Pilot. What red carpet? Is today, are they finally doing those movie awards today? Is that going to be over with now? Thank goodness. Channel shoutouts. Do me. Carlo. Where's my search bar? Carlo always does a good, we would do some kind of a summary at the beginning of, like when there's a new thing on Home Assistant. Like you get a lot of these. That's good. That's very helpful. Is anyone home? There's presence detection. Oh, 11 months ago, it's probably quite different. All right. Is it back up? Okay, let's go look at our integrations now. Is that where it should be? This is how I do it. I'm not even gonna. No, it's not even there. All right. Add it. Now you should be done. Next part would be to add it to your configuration. So it seems you've already completed the install. Before you start the configuration, to GitHub to get a personal access token. Really? Okay. GitHub personal access token. Did you do this? Easiest shout out of the streamers joined their channel's account? No. Okay. Open the browser, GitHub. Okay. So is this the part you got stuck on? I guess that is tricky. Gosh, it's too bad that this is all still a thing. That's a bummer. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna, Frank, thanks. I'm not gonna pull that up. I'm just gonna point out the directions. Thank you. That would be very bad. That would be something I would do. So you do have to just go through this. I'm not gonna do it because I guess I'd have to have, maybe if I had a different GitHub account, but you have to go through this. So who was having troubles? Who was having troubles that was asking about this? Was it Nigel? Can't remember now. Nigel was probably the one having troubles. Maybe I could just, if I would have to start a new, I'd have to start a new GitHub account, which I don't really need to. That would be ideal. So useful. Oh yeah. Maybe it's possible. I don't know. Might be possible. Is text-to-speech on Google capable of talking Dutch? According to the documentation, it should. I ran the same config as Frank. It keeps talking English. Uh-oh. Anybody out there got their Google Mini speaking Dutch? So how did this part go for you, Nigel? Did you get this? Did you get this part worked out? Just let me know yes or no, and then we'll move on to, I guess, whatever's next. I'm going to need to do this. Guess what I'll do is I'll do it for my other one. Don't worry, thanks. Okay, trying to set up Tasmota plugs in Hass.io. Can't find a good guide for that. Yeah, man, Tasmota switch stuff is, Leon, is pretty simple. Let's do it real quick because, so what you need to do, there is a integrated component for Tuya stuff, and I've actually used it because it works really well. It uses their cloud, but it works really well. So let's go see what you have to do. If you do, I'm guessing you've already looked at this page, right? So this is what you need right here. So you have to first get your Tuya device. You have to set up your Tuya devices in the Tuya app. And in the app, you'll have a username and a password. And then the country code, I don't remember where it gives you the country codes, right here. You can look up the country codes here, whatever your country code is. Okay. And then you put this, you don't even have to install anything. You just put this in your configuration, and I can show you mine. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Come on. Come on. What's going on? Yeah, the configurator. Platform Smart Life. Yeah. Is that still necessary? You know what? I can't remember if that's necessary or not. It was initially. Integrate all Tuya platforms. You'll need your Tuya account. Look in here and see, because I thought, well, okay, I guess it is. But what I do, it is just, I set them all up in Tuya. Just set them up in Tuya, and then you don't have to worry about Smart Life or anybody else. Just set them up in Tuya, especially if you're not really going to use that app. It doesn't really matter. And then, not in my automations, but in the configuration. And then the last thing we'll do is we'll look at the Sonoff thing I wanted to show you, and then we'll be done for today. It's been a great stream. I can't believe how many people we had. And they all got to watch my Windows machine lag out, and that's it. All right, let's see. We want Tuya. So that's it. That's all I've got right there. Tuya. Doesn't do anything else. And then you restart, and as long as you got your user and password right. Yeah, it depends on what app you use to set them up. 486. Good grief, man. Even right now, 375 is still like a record. So thank you for your support. I wish I had done a better job. Don't forget to get to listen to you sound like a moron. No. All right. Once you've done that, though, the nice thing is all those Tuya things go right into Home Assistant for you. So if I go to my states, everything you have set up in Tuya does. There is a little bit of a, oh no, wait, I'm getting myself confused with the overview of all your entities. When they show up, though, they show up all funky, like, come on. Really? They show up with these crazy numbers. That page is not as familiar to me. I'm going to use the page I'm familiar with. Oops. Anybody else ever click the wrong thing? Just me? Developer tools, states is what I want. And then we're going to go. And then these, like, I think one of these, that's a plug. That's a plug. Garage fan, these are plugs. So these are ones that I used for Tuya, and I never did anything else with them. I left them on Tuya and just used the integration. I do have a dimmer here somewhere on my desk that I left it on as well. But a lot of times this is what they'll look like. They'll just have these crazy numbers and stuff. And so it'll be kind of hard to see. You have to click on this to see the name. And the name will be what you gave it in the app. Yeah. So let's try it. Let me find my dimmer. Bulbs show up like light dot something something. Yeah. Let's see. We're gonna do dimmer. Oh no, wait, it's not dimmer. I think I called it lamp. Lampy. Nope. Must have been. Maybe I called it desk. Nope. That's crazy. I'm pretty sure it was dimmer. Really? Where'd it go? dimmer desk. Yeah. And you can probably see a little bit of the light on my face change. And then if you click this, I can turn it up. I can change this, the color temperature of it. It's actually been really nice and really simple. So if you don't mind that that device is going to phone China, not infrequently, then that's totally viable. Now, let's talk about this real quick. This is a spoiler for a video that I'm working on. Okay, here's the add-on. If you have your Home Assistant Community Store, and if you search under integrations for Sonoff with eWeLink firmware, is that the one? Yep, this is the one. You install this guy, and then you'll go to integrations, if I recall. And search for Sonoff, I think. No, eWeLink. Nope. Where'd it go? Nope. Where did it go? Maybe it's... Oh, I know why. Because it's not integration. I'm a dummy. It's going to be under Supervisor, and this is where you have to install it. You go to the add-on store here. You put in... Nope, that's the Shelly one. I'm an idiot. I can't do anything right. Oh my gosh. Oh, jeez. John, maybe do you have a themes folder? Is that what it is? Do you need to have a themes folder? All right. Well, what happened with the Sonoff one, if I can figure out how to do it, get back to it, is it doesn't phone home at all. It's awesome. Thanks for subscribing up there. I see you. Anybody using trad-free bulbs? I'm not. No longer works. Changing the UI but not at the bulb. Oh, bummer. Doc with the fails today. It's been nothing but fails today. I got it. I've got lots of excuses, but I'm not even going to bother. I'm just... There. Okay. When you do install it, so you had to install... Let's go back here. Pretty sure it was in the community store, right? And if you go to integrations and you search for like eWeLink, this one, he was calling it Sonoff LAN, so now he's changed the name of it, I think. It wasn't in English before, but it looks like he's got it in English now. So he did do the English translation. So great. Good work. Good work. Alex. So this is all you have to put in. Whatever your email and password is for your Sonoff device. And what it does is really cool. So it connects one time. Connects to the Sonoff servers, and it grabs all the information that you need, including device IDs and device API keys. So each Sonoff device has an API key, and this genius little add-on will grab your file that's associated with you from the servers for Sonoff, and it will put it in your configuration folder. And then whenever you, then that's where it gets access to your devices. So you don't have to change to Tasmota. You don't have to change to ESP Home or anything. And it doesn't call China ever. I turned it on with whatever that called is, Wireshark, and watched it. Link in chat, please, for that GitHub. You got it. I watched it for days and it never phoned home. It never phoned home, and it still works. I've got, once you get that thing installed, I'm trying to remember, was there anything else you had to do? I went and looked in there just for the sake of looking at those devices, but I don't think you had to do anything else. You can set the devices manually if you want to, but you don't have to. This is the device ID. This is the API key that the device needs, but it gets that information when it logs into the server the first time and just drops that information on your computer in a folder in your config where it can look for it and get it when it needs to. So you don't have to configure anything else. I guess you can change the device class if it doesn't show up the way you want it. And it looks like he says if you have it in DIY mode, all you have to do is put Sonoff and it can communicate with it that way. But the one I have didn't have DIY mode. I was just using it for this little, what do you call this thing? USB. You know that little USB plug? I had that little USB plug that I did the video about that I couldn't connect to Home Assistant. But now I can. If I can find it. There it is. It is a little tricky. For some reason, it shows, it brings in 4 switches, and I don't know why. This is the device ID for me, 1000D0, whatever. So only one of these, only one of those is actually the device. That one is. So that one turns it on. And if I go to number 2, it doesn't turn it on. I'm looking at it. It's still plugged in here to my desk. I don't know why there's a bunch of these. I don't know if it's something I did wrong or if it's going to always make extras of it. But as long as I know that this is the one that I want, then I can put that one into my user interface stuff wherever, or I can direct things to it. I should be able to change the entity ID, but I haven't tried that. What if I try that? Update. So now I have a Sonoff Micro. Yep, that did it. There you go. So now I don't have to worry about all this nonsense. Now I know which one it is. Watching it 2 times speed is always fun. It is. Cool. All right. If you're going to go back and watch the stream, when we start trying to troubleshoot Blue Iris on my, just skip like a half an hour. Because we didn't get anywhere. Oh, man. All right. That was a good time, boys. Let's see. And girls, Jenny and etc. Whoever else might be here. Let's get ready for signing off, don't you think? That was a good time. We set a record, Creative. What you missed was we had 400 and, what did we decide? 486 people watching? Crazy. Big greetings from Jordan, Middle East. Love your channel and your efforts. Thank you, Basim. Thank you. Appreciate that. About 45 minutes, actually. I've already watched the whole thing. Oh, 486. That's amazing. That is amazing. Yeah. So next weekend, let's think about this. Next weekend, I will probably not be able to stream on Sunday. I won't be able to stream on Sunday, I'm sure. Probably not Monday either, but Tuesday is when I start working on the bug again. Because Tuesday is when we were going to go to China. Not this Tuesday, but the next one. And since I'm not going to China, I'm going to work on the bug. So I haven't figured out if I want to stream while I'm working on the bug or not, but it might be fun a little bit. So we'll see how it goes. Did I fix the Blue Iris issues? No, Dylan. And I don't know that it's the Blue Iris necessarily. I think it's the hardware. I think I just got a low power junky machine and I probably should do something different about it. So Patrick, thanks for the channel. Love your efforts. You're welcome, my friend. Let's do the unicorns for you guys. And I totally agree. Do you see my new video on Alexa and Node Red? Oh, excellent. No, creative. Can you post it for us? Like and share. Share and like. Grip ties, grip ties. Thank you, Sir Good Enough. Thank you. Yeah, I probably do need to reinstall Windows. What I'm going to do, since I'm happy with my Blue Iris setup on there, I want to back it up, download it, and then see what I have to do after that. If the stuff you get safe from coronavirus, yes, Basic Pilot, it is, because there's no way to transmit the virus across the ocean on a cardboard box. I think, you know what, Sir Good Enough? I think if we do shop, can't remember. I thought I made a command for that. I can't remember, but I will say if you do need to shop, DrZzs.com is better than ever and getting better all the time. It is now encrypted, which it wasn't before, because I'm getting ready to do sell some stuff directly. So like some things that are hard to get in the US, like BH on O-Freeze and other things. And if you go to this product links page, pretty much anything that I've used, this is just an ad, but pretty much anything that I've used in any videos, I've put a link here. So you can find it and you can grab it. And if you're just going to go to Amazon and buy anything else, just come here and click on a link and then go to Amazon and buy whatever you want. Nailed it. Front end themes include their, oh good, that did it. Excellent. Excellent. Oh shoot. All right. I need to go back though. So this is Creative's stuff with She Who Shall Not Be Named. Free, no cloud, no skill. Ooh, I am going to have to watch that. Awesome. I lost the chat though. Lost my chat for a minute. All right, I'm going to bring up the monkeys. Hey, we're the monkeys. Pop out chat. Wish there was an easier way to do that. Wow. Stickers, stickers, stickers. Yeah, stickers are going to Jeff. Stickers today for Jeff, don't you think? Stickers for Jeff. Being a super trooper and getting on. Oh. Excellent, Whiskers. Excellent. All right. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Okay. Hey, we're the monkeys. Let's see if this works. It has worked. I was tinkering around with it, so it probably doesn't. Yeah, it's not going to work. Tell everyone it's time for sign off. Are you kidding me? Just the old-fashioned way. Can you believe it? 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Time for sign off. Time for sign off. Dawson's coming? Okay. We don't need to do stickers. We don't need to do stickers anymore.
Why?
Because we gave them away already. We're going to give them away in other ways now instead of the drawing.
Why?
Just one of those days, yep. 60% of the time, 100% of the time, yep. Works. First time every time. Oh, Zoe.
Yeah, she got 5th place.
Thanks for being here, everybody. Stay away from the tech today. Things are not working. And thanks for everybody for subscribing to Pinky and Carlo and Creative. Pinky? Her name is Jenny. That's her right there. See, she has that little pink crown.
I want to meet Pinky.
Someday we'll go. Are you in England, Pinky? Someday maybe we'll go to England. All right, how do we gonna sign off today?
Cracking your voice. Okay.
Should do a video for Valentine's Day. That would be fun.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it like Valentine's Day. Like Valentine's Day. Like all sweet and lovey. As always, thanks for watching. Till next time,
Adios.
I should just let you girls do it. Next time you're doing it without me even. Okay.
Wait, what? Hello?
Thanks everybody. Thanks for being here. Thanks for all your support, even when things didn't work right. We got lots of good stuff to go on. What's the custom repo for the iwi link? You can search for it in the community store now. He's got it in the community store, but it's this. It's Alex IT Sonoff LAN. Oh, James was here. James, did you ever get your help you needed, buddy? Sorry if you didn't. All right, everybody, have a good Sunday. See you later. Talk to you in a few days.